No way that just happened. Did I just one-shot this entire demo?
Hello everybody, my name is Eric, and in this video we are going to crack Lovable. I'm just kidding. What I'm actually going to be showing you is my best tips and tricks as we build a minimal viable product and take it into production. We're going to be building a vibe coding social media platform. That's right. I'm going to be showing you from start to finish, through the planning phase, through my prompting, what I use, what are my tips and tricks to actually get this to a minimal viable product stage. And you guys are going to be a part of the entire journey. Not only that, is that I encourage you guys to join this platform as we build this out. This is a great way for us as a community to stay connected, to see what you guys are building. So if you're ready, let's create. All right, let's cook. Before we begin, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor here today, which is you guys. Thank you guys for watching the videos. If you guys haven't done so already, give this video a thumbs up, give it a like, and let me know how long have you guys been vibe coding. So let's actually dive into our platform. And I think the very first thing that I really need to kick off before we actually start using Lovable, start using any vibe coding, is to go back to the basics. And when I mean go back to the basics, it really needs to go around the planning phase. And I think this is probably one of the most important things that a lot of builders or people that are creating applications right now that are vibe coding are kind of missing. They're just going right into prompt engineering and they're going right into building and not really thinking about what's to build in the future. They're just kind of like going very waterfall-ish. I want to say waterfall, very agile-ish, and just kind of going over. They're wasting a lot of credits and they're wasting a lot of time. It's kind of like a freestyle of them building it. Real builders, real product engineers, the plan, the ship. And this is how you're going to be able to do that. And the first thing is the user journey. I always start trying to figure out, how do I map it out? When you get on the platform, what is the goal? What are they trying to do? What are they trying to click on? What is the experience that they want to have? Second part is UX UI, right? So there's tools like Figma for you to create wireframes and start kind of building things out and understand how it looks like. One thing about vibe coding that I have realized is that you can create a prototype pretty quickly. What do you guys think? Do you guys think you can create a prototype pretty quickly? So I think like the Figma stuff, I still think it's important, but now I feel like I can just grab a screenshot of an application and put it into my vibe coding app and actually start building off of it. One thing I would say is check out Pinterest. If you guys haven't done so already, is see what Pinterest has on there. Search like website designs in your genre or what you're looking for apps for you to get fresh ideas around what's like some really desirable UX UI, how like buttons look like, how products are flowing. That's something that I do when it comes to like planning phases, how I want it to look like. The third part is the data structure. This is one thing I want you guys to really understand. If you're building an application and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to have people sign up, right? Well, think about it, is that what information are you going to need for them to sign up? Are you going to be able to ask for their email, their name, their zip code? What other things are you thinking about storing in the database? The other thing is API integration. What are you going to be looking to integrate with your application? Are you going to be looking to create API keys for Stripe? Are you going to be creating API keys for OpenAI and these other products? So just start thinking about all these things ahead of time. The next thing is also building a roadmap, right? So when I say MVP, I mean minimal viable product. And when you are creating a startup application, the first thing you want to do is create a feature or a product and kind of ship it out as soon as possible. What is MVP 1 going to look like? Are you going to have, what feature is going to be rolled into MVP 1, MVP 2, MVP 3, MVP 4? Having that in your planning phase will help you. But if you are building out a startup, this is just something that I've been working on is try to create a minimal viable product, create one feature that I know is going to work well, that the users not only like but love, and then just build off of that and do a little bit of survey. What features do they like? What do they don't like? Because something that I have done is that I've overbuilt, where I've actually built out a lot of functionality, a lot of features, and come to find out that the users really didn't like it or really didn't need it. If you don't do a lot of planning and do stuff like that, what end up happening, I always see, is people ended up just, going into Lovable and just kind of putting in like one prompt, create, this application for that. And what ends up happening is that, yeah, you might get something out there that kind of works and builds, but you ended up building out you end up using a lot more prompts to build it out exactly the way that you want. And that's because you haven't done the planning for. And that goes for like landing pages, about page, authentication, build, and so on and so on, just for an examples of how you can waste a lot of credits and not thinking about features and functionality. So one of the things that I do, part of my cheat codes that I'm telling you guys, is definitely do the planning and start thinking about in the very beginning of what you actually want to build out. And I use a product called BlueMint AI. It's kind of how I do like my one shots. And it helps me in two ways, and I'll show you. One is to get a really in-depth knowledge of what I want to build out, what I'm really thinking about end to end, what integration I'm looking to plan, and then have a knowledge base that I can add into Lovable. What this allows it to do is to build a lot more pages faster, but more accurate. And then I won't spend as much prompts or time going back and forth, because that shot or that initial prompt has so much knowledge in the knowledge base that when I build out, the language model already knows what I want to build out next exactly. I'm not going to let the language model actually just hallucinate and build things out. So what I'm going to do is just do a quick demo to show you how the BlueMint works. So it's BlueMintAI.com. You log in, you go through a series of questions, and then you get pretty much an entire dedicated page to your project. So you've got your AI agent prompt, you got your project overview, what it is, you got your core functionality, your user journey, your technical requirements, your API integrations, anything that you need for your app that you set up in the very beginning. You now have that blueprint of actually how you're going to build your app. So you've got your blueprint, and then you have an executive summary. Now, the executive summary is really powerful, especially if you are taking your application into the knowledge base, or you're taking it to a different AI for you to get some like information or help build out your business plan. So what I'm going to do is go into my BlueMint. I'm going to copy my actual prompt that I have here, copy it. I'm going to go right into Lovable. And I'm just going to go ahead and paste in this this prompt of what I got. Now, what I'm going to be doing for this demo here is I'm going to be building a vibe code social. It's like a vibe social platform for people to share their projects, share the work, get some feedback. So that's the goal of what this demo is here today. Hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed part one of building with me Vibe Code Social. I am very excited to build this alongside with you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and learned something here today in this video. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you check out part two.
Did I just one shot this entire demo?